Hi everybody, this is week 11, and this week I hope everyone is doing well, first of all, and feeling good and healthy, and I appreciate your feedback from last week's assignment on the victorious breath. That is not an easy breath to learn, and it can help, it can help it charge your practice up a little bit, heat you up a little, and energize you, but also it might be feel a little bit awkward too at first. So for today's session, rather than doing yoga postures, we are going to talk a little bit about mindfulness and what it is, and also do a little bit of meditation, seated meditation. So, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness, according to Jon Kabat-Zinn, he's an author and a mindfulness teacher and meditation teacher and speaker, and he's written many books about mindfulness and meditation, and he says it's paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in present moment, and non-judgmentally. The Buddha defined it as a calm awareness of the body, mind, and feelings, and encouraged his students to practice it in their day-to-day life. It's for anyone who wants to calm the mind, improve memory and focus, and cultivate a sense of connectedness to every aspect of your life. Modern mindfulness practices are typically combined with meditation. What we think about, we bring about. Negative, fearful thoughts can result in a stomach ache or headaches, as we've all experienced. It can manifest in many other illnesses that are more serious as well. So on the flip side, when we're consistent with our physical activities, our exercise or yoga practice, we notice that we feel less stressed. So introduction to breathing techniques is the first thing that we'll do together. And that's going to be on your back today. We'll lie down on our backs, and I'm going to sit up and guide you through it. You'll lie on your mat or on your carpet or couch or whatever you feel comfortable, lying flat. So we will do some breathing together, and we will talk about the benefits of meditation and finding a comfortable seat for our meditation practice, which is so important and half the battle, and do a little bit of guided meditation, mindfulness, breathing, meditation. And so that's our agenda for today. If you would be so kind to find a spot to lie down and get nice and comfy, be warm, and take your fingers when you lie down to the hollow just above your collarbones. So if you just rest your fingertips in the hollow above the collarbones, you'll feel a little space there. What I'd like you to do is breathe a regular breath through the nose, out through the mouth with a sigh. That's our cleansing breath, or just like a letting go breath, so that you're able to transition to this posture. And with fingers resting in the hollow of your collarbones, notice that when you're breathing in, when you breathe in fully, your fingertips can feel a puffiness, a puffing up in the upper part of your lungs. So that's the top part of your lungs, up by the collarbones. Do a few rounds of breath where you feel the fingers, can feel the breath, can feel the lungs filling up right at the top. Deepen the breath if you're not feeling it right away. And let it out slowly. So try to have the inhales and exhales about the same length. Notice how it feels with your hands and fingers, and just take 2 more rounds of that breath, or 2 more rounds with your hands resting there. And then begin to move your hands to the middle of your rib cage. You're just going to hold the sides of your ribs, very gently, just to feel when you're inhaling and exhaling the expansion of the ribs on the inhale and how they condense on the exhale. So we talked about this breath, this 3-part breath or complete breath, sitting down. We've been typically practicing it sitting up or sitting on our mats. So we're just experiencing the same type of breath in a little different way and where we place our hands. So do a couple more nice breaths in and out with your hands in the middle of the rib cage. Just notice how that feels. And take your hands and take them now to the lower ribs and feel the expansion, feel your ribs condense as you exhale the breath as the breath exits the body. Do about 4 breaths here with your hands placed here at the ribs. Just noticing what it feels like. And then let your hands come to rest. They can lie, you put your arms down beside you, palms down, or palms facing up, whichever. 4 rounds of the 3-part breath, and in between each round, we'll do a regular natural breath. So inhaling deeply, feel the belly, ribs, and chest expand. Exhale completely. Good, now a normal, natural breath. Another breath in deeply. Exhale completely. And just a natural breath in between. Just be observant. Another breath in deeply. This is all through the nose. Exhale completely. A natural breath in between. And one more breath in. And let it go. Good, and a natural breath. And while you're just letting your breath come back to natural rhythm, talk about a few of the benefits of a consistent meditation practice. It can help you to reduce stress, improve memory and concentration, lower your blood pressure, improves cardiovascular health, improves immune system, increases gray matter in the brain, lessens anxiety and depression, enhances self-awareness and self-acceptance, decreases inflammation in the body, slows the aging process, and increases happiness. So this is with a consistent practice, which might only mean 5 minutes a day. Because sometimes when we're learning a new technique or tool in the yoga practice, it might just seem a little overwhelming to add one more thing to your plate that you need to do on a daily basis, or that you're being asked to practice on a daily basis. So 5 minutes is really enough time to feel the benefits of this practice if it's consistent. 5 minutes a day is more beneficial than doing it once a week for 30 minutes. So just keeping that in mind as well. Bring your knees to your chest, give them a squeeze, rock it out a little bit side to side, and roll yourself over onto your right side when you're ready, and come to sitting. When you come up to sit, take a deep breath, let it go. And finding a comfortable seat is sometimes one of the hardest things about meditating, because a lot of people feel like they have to be sitting down on the ground and that's really uncomfortable, or sitting with crossed legs, and that's not true. You can be sitting in a chair, sitting with your feet flat on the ground, sitting up in a chair. You could be leaning against a wall. It's important to have your spine in extension, but not so, that you don't want to be in a seat that's uncomfortable, or a position that's uncomfortable, because you want to be able to sit still without being distracted by your knees or by your hips. So finding a comfortable seat. If you want to try sitting in a chair, sitting on the edge of your couch with your feet flat on the ground, as long as your spine is elongated, you're good to go. So finding that comfortable seat, feet flat if you're in a chair. Begin to relax your body, your face, your jaw, your brow, and belly, and close your eyes. If you're not comfortable closing them completely, you can have a really soft, unfocused gaze downward, but you won't need to see me to follow this guided meditation. You'll just listen to my voice. I'd like you to take note of the parts of your body that are touching, we'll say, the earth. Could be your chair, could be your carpet, your yoga mat. The parts of the body that are touching ground, making a connection. Sitting bones, thighs, feet. ankles. Just noticing that connection, whatever it might be for you. Utilizing all of our senses to transition here into this comfortable seat. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin and clothing, the texture of your clothing or the mat against your skin. Notice any sounds within the room. If you're hearing sounds in the room, just label the sound and move on to the next sound. And then begin to just let them fade into the background. Noticing any sounds outside of the room, same thing. Label the sound in your mind's eye, move on to the next sound. Let those sounds just fade into the background. Begin to direct your attention to your inner landscape. Feel and hear the breath and notice any body sensations. You may choose to say to yourself, as we begin the meditation practice, you may choose to say to yourself, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. And that just is a helpful tool for some people. That is Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a peace activist and author of many books on mindfulness, and he does. He has, coined that phrase, so to speak, to help if your mind begins to wander. So before we begin, I just want to explain that your mind is going to wander off many, many, many times, and that is so normal, and you still get the benefits of the practice even if your mind wanders away 100 times in a 5-minute practice. So there's no way to do it wrong. Just the fact that you're giving the attention to the posture that you're sitting in and the breath that's coming in and out of your body. So this is just a simple technique where you're mindful of your breath. And the thoughts, I like to say, envision your thoughts as clouds floating by. So if a thought comes into your head, just envision it as a cloud, and you're acknowledging it, but you're not giving it your attention. So we have no control over how many thoughts are going to come flying through our head. And that's just the nature of our mind, to think lots and lots of thoughts. So that's just your mind doing its job. And you can't stop that in any way, any more than you can stop your heart from beating, and that's your heart's job. So just know that when that happens, you'll bring your attention back to either your inhale or to your exhale. And don't get discouraged if it happens over and over and over again. It doesn't matter how many times. So finding the comfortable seat, noticing the sounds around you, noticing the textures, the air, the smells, or any sensations that that arise in your body. Feel and hear your breath coming only through your nose. Again, you may choose to say to yourself, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. So we will begin the meditation right now. And I will guide you through it, taking your attention to the base of the nostrils, and notice the breath as it enters the body. And take your attention to the base of the nostrils as the breath exits the body. Eyes are closed if that's accessible to you. It's just a lot less distraction. Although some meditations are done with the eyes open, we are going to practice with eyes closed if possible. As the thoughts move into the mind, let them float by like a cloud. Inhaling and exhaling. can't control the thoughts as they come in, but we can control the attention that we give to them. And when we feed our thoughts, they expand. When we let them float by, then we can revisit them later on. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Body is as still as it can be. Spine is long. Softening the face and the jaw and the belly. Just observing the breath and the body sensations without making any change to the breath. Resisting the urge to move the body. Bring your attention back to your inhale, back to your exhale. Before opening your eyes, just taking a natural breath in, a natural breath out. If you have glasses on, you might take them off or put them on top of your head so that you can rub the palms together briskly and bring a little heat up between the hands. Before you open your eyes, cup your hands over your eyes and feel the warmth and the heat. And then when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. That was about a 5-minute meditation. And what I like to do at the end of a meditation, every morning I try to meditate, and some mornings are longer than others. Sometimes I might take 5 minutes, sometimes I might take 30 minutes to meditate. It just depends on the day. But the way I like to end my meditation is with an attitude of gratitude. So finding at least one thing that you're feeling grateful for, and that can attract abundance into your life, and it just helps you feel happier. And I personally like to end my meditations with 3 things that I'm grateful for that day. And a lot of times I'll do my meditation just sitting up in bed with